Ah, the sweet agony of being ignored. Few feelings sting like the sensation of sending a message into the void and hearing crickets in return. When you find yourself faced with radio silence from a woman, whether it's someone you're dating, a friend, or a colleague, you might be tempted to jump to conclusions. But before you leap headfirst into the abyss of overthinking, let's dive into the delightfully entertaining and occasionally cheeky list of 15 things to consider. 1. The her life's a movie hypothesis. Before assuming it's all about you, remember that her life, like everyone's, is as complex as a Christopher Nolan film. She could be wrestling with time-turning mysteries of her own. Perhaps she lost her phone in another dimension. Point is, sometimes the lack of response has nothing to do with you. Just give it some time, and then approach her again. If she still ignores you, it's time to move on. 2. Be your own detective. Instead of wallowing in the murkiness of why, be your own Sherlock Holmes, minus the opium and with a tad more charm. Reflect on your last interaction. Were your words kind and genuine? Did you accidentally say "I love you" on the third date? A quick recap might provide clues. If you did make a mistake, think honestly and ask yourself, do you think you can recover and try back after a bit of time? 3. Practice patience. It's not a virtue, it's a superpower. While waiting for her response might feel like watching paint dry, sometimes all it takes is a little patience. Resisting the urge to send a barrage of "Are you there?" texts is the digital equivalent of cool, calm, and collected. If you stay calm and wait it out, things might get back on track. And if not, well, at least you'll know. 4. Seek a second opinion, consult a trusted friend, but choose wisely. You want the friend who'll give it to you straight, not the one who thinks every coffee order mistake is a sign of the universe conspiring against them. Perhaps you could even seek the opinion of a mutual acquaintance whom you trust. They could tell you if she just is preoccupied with other aspects of her life, or if she just isn't into dating at this point in time. 5. Engage in a distraction dance. Whether it's salsa or samba, find something to divert your restless mind. Literally dancing can help. But metaphorically, diving into a new book, a hobby, or reorganizing your sock drawer might just be the distraction you need. 6. Refresh your communication skills. Think back to when your teacher discussed the importance of effective communication. Now's the time to dust off those skills. When you do get a chance, express your feelings without playing the blame game. By expressing your feelings honestly with her, you'll know if she is still game or if the game is over. Either way, you win. 7. Avoid the double or triple or quadruple text trap. If your messages start looking like a monologue from Shakespeare, you're probably doing it wrong. Overloading her with messages won't make her more likely to reply. It might just do the opposite. Remember to think before you text, and then think once more, and then again. You'll be glad you did. 8. Remember, it's not always personal. While it's human nature to assume everything is about us, sometimes her silence could be due to reasons entirely unrelated to you. Maybe she's processing some personal challenges or binge watching a new show, because who can resist a cliffhanger? You can be straightforward and ask her, and at least you'll know. 9. Use humor, but wisely. While humor can be an excellent way to diffuse tension, make sure it doesn't come off as passive-aggressive. A lighthearted joke can remind her of the fun times you've shared, but timing is key. Also, do not use humor excessively, or you risk being flung out to the dreaded funny friend zone. 10. Digital detox. Sometimes the best way to handle being ignored is to unplug from the digital world. Dive into the tangible pleasures of life, perhaps the smell of a new book or the satisfaction of a homemade meal. Take a drive to the beach or a lake and spend time alone. Unplugging from our digital world will help you find peace within yourself and give you a new perspective on your relationship with her and how to proceed. 11. Be ready for real talk. If she finally comes around, be prepared for an open conversation. Whether she was going through personal challenges or had concerns about your relationship, an open heart and mind will pave the way forward. I know. We've said as much elsewhere in this video, but there's a reason why we keep bringing it up. Can you guess why? 12. Know when to walk away. Finally, as much as we want every story to have a happy ending, Sometimes it's essential to recognize when to bow out gracefully. If someone consistently ignores you, it might be a sign that the relationship isn't meant to be. As the old saying goes, there are plenty of fish in the sea, and perhaps another fish won't leave you stranded on the beach alone. So what then should you do? Just take a breather, then go out and find another fish. 13. Embark on self-improvement odyssey. Take this opportunity to reflect and grow. Maybe it's time to pick up that course on emotional intelligence or finally commit to that fitness challenge. By focusing on becoming the best version of yourself, you not only gain confidence, but also ensure you're bringing the best you to any relationship. Plus, who can resist the charm of a man who speaks fluent French or can bake a perfect sourdough? 14. The mirror mirror strategy. Ask yourself, if roles were reversed, would you appreciate being pursued or badgered? Sometimes stepping into her shoes can offer a fresh perspective on the situation. Maybe she's waiting for the right time to respond, or perhaps she's the kind who needs space to think things through. By understanding and respecting her pace, you build a foundation of trust. 15. Celebrate your independence. Remember the days when you would spend hours on a solo hobby, or when you would hang out with your buddies without constantly checking your phone. Reconnect with your independent self. By valuing and enjoying your own company, you not only become less reliant on her attention, but also rediscover joys that you might have forgotten. And let's face it, there's a unique allure to a man who's content in his own skin. Yes, friends, navigating the murky waters of being ignored becomes a journey of self-awareness, understanding, and rediscovery. While silence from someone you care about can be disconcerting, it's also a chance to learn, adapt, and grow. Remember, every unanswered text is a new opportunity in disguise. Embrace it. But before you embrace this new opportunity, might we ask you two quick questions? Did you find this presentation to be informative and entertaining? Do you enjoy videos related to dating, relationships, and personal growth? Great! Just go ahead and smash that subscribe button to be sure you get early access to our next video release. You'll be glad you did. And as we bid you farewell, we remind you that with her or without her, you are absolutely fabulous. And yes, you are loved.